normally see me on Nacelle's Icons on Earth, I'm wearing exactly what you're seeing right now. I am the timekeeper today to make sure that there's plenty of time afterwards for your Q&As. So I'm going to need your support system on that because they've got so much fun facts they could go on for hours. We're really quickly going to just go down the line on who everybody is, although I feel like everyone here does know who Brian Volkweiss is. He's the boss man. He loves to search in the well for rack toys. It's Brian Volkweiss. And next to him is Brian with an I. This is Brian Stillman, producer, has a black cat named Stitch. Oh. And then next to Brian with an I is a Brian with a Y. He is somebody that's not going to throw away his shot to see a Yankees game. Woo! Right. He is Mr. Destruction of RoboForce, Brian Adams, head of social media and a man of many, many hats. And then our honorary Brian at the very, very end. She's got a pocket full of sunshine. This is Maud Campbell. A toy company. Let's do this. So, it all started back in 2017 when Brian Volkweiss and I first met. Do you remember that?
I remember it vividly. It's weird because I've done a million interviews, but for some reason, maybe because it was like one of my first ever, I remember it vividly. We were in San Diego in that nice suite, and it was very hot. I remember sweating quite a bit.
Yes, I was really excited to meet you, and I really, really wanted Batman, and you said, stay tuned.
By the way, for everybody in here, because I know this is not being recorded, whenever I say stay tuned on like social media, that's usually a very passive-aggressive way that for legal reasons I can't say what I want to say, which is yes. But I'll either not answer or say no. So that's what stay tuned means.
Yeah, so there's your insider tips and tricks here. And then out of the toys that made us, a toy community was born. Brian Volkweiss, how many toys did you have before the toys that made us?
About 400.
How many do you have now?
Over 5,000.
That's my case.
Why are you laughing?
Before now.
You know why? I'm glad you said. That's thanks to Mrs. Volkweiss. who points that out frequently. Yes.
But then out of this as well, you also not only became a fan of toys, you also bought a toy.
Yes, so basically what happened was because of toys that made us, it kind of, and just so you know for the record, like I don't consider myself to be a toy expert. I maybe in some area, like I'm a Star Trek toy expert, that's true, maybe a little Star Wars, but compared to people like Brian Stillman, I'm not a toy expert. But because of toys that made us, and because it was on Netflix, we instantly became like the toy people. So we got a lot of incoming calls. One of those incoming calls was a guy who basically was like, I know how to find famous toys that the rights are available. So of course we hired that guy. And then the first toy, the property that we bought was RoboForce. And do I stop there?
Nope, and you can keep going. And then what did you do after that?
Then we got biker mice. And let's see here. Normally there's like a little screen where we can see what the hell I'm talking about.
No, you've got a full
I'll go to my script. Then we got biker mice from Mars. Then we got...
well, you started making the toys.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We started making the toys.
There's some fodder in here, guys.
So all we did was we hired and it really is as silly. You may think I'm trying to simplify this or be funny. Like I'm not. This is literally what happened. We hired that guy who called. Then we got RoboForce. Then we hired a designer. Then we hired a sculptor. Then we found a factory in China. Then we sent them some money. Then they made some toys. And then we shipped them all across the country. And it worked. Barely, but it worked. And then we just kept going. But I mean, it really was like in staff meetings, hey, does anybody know any designers? Hey, anybody know any factories in China? I mean, it really was that basic.
And then, out of all of that, then you get the RoboForce, and then
we got biker mice from Mars, Sectars, the Great Garloo. By the way, before you move, the blue one, Garblue. This is the Walmart exclusive we did, and I always like telling people this because I'm so proud of myself. for knowing the word Pantone. I did not know that word before. We got the Pantone codes. And I don't know if they're codes, but I call them that. We got the Pantone codes from Walmart. So that is Walmart blue on the skin and Walmart yellow on the little underwear. So I'm very proud of them.
Very nice. But we kept going.
Then we got Cowboys in Moo Mesa, which for any of you who ordered them, I am very excited to let you know, they are in American waters. They're not on American land yet, but they are in American waters. We are waiting to get them on American land, but I don't know if people have been paying attention to the Port of Los Angeles, but they've been having some problems.
What about Power Lords?
Then we got Power Lords, which is a blatant lie, because truthfully, we got Power Lords even before RoboForce, but for some reason, he always ends up fourth. But yes, we got Power Lords. This is one of my favorite toys. Of all the Nyccelverse, this was the one when I was a kid, other than RoboForce. I literally had all of them. They were all crazy. Hello, sir. And who's waving at?
Hey.
Oh,
Some people come to
all right.
I'm just saying.
I was just waving back. But anyway, for anybody who doesn't know Power Lords, if you think He-Man is weird, if you think He-Man is crazy, sit down and drink a beer from Power Lords.
But, you know, even after making toys as well, like, you just went one step further because you are a production company. You do make documentaries and comedy specials, so it just makes sense that after that you would go full transmedia and go straight into a cartoon.
That's right. So again, paying attention, and this is not a joke, paying attention to everything we learned from making toys that made us, a little help from movies that made us. I was like, you know what? You know what seems to help sell toys? Cartoons. And you know what's a lot more fun to make than even toys? Cartoons. That turned out not to be true. That is literally the hardest thing we've ever made. Those 6 episodes, I think, took 15 years. But anyway, so I knew that RoboForce wasn't Transformers. I know, it's true. Calm down, it's true. So the first thing we did, we were already working with The Rock. So I called his people and I was like, hey, we got this cartoon, want to be a part of it? They were like, sure, why not? It's more complicated than that, but in the interest of time, that's what happened. So we attached The Rock, then we found a studio called Cartoon Conrad. They're up in Canada. They were awesome. We hired them. We made a cartoon. We sold it to Tubi. It started airing in April. Let's just say it did very well, and you should stay tuned.
Because I even think we have a trailer for that as well.
Oh, look at that. Do you want to see a trailer?
Well, good, because you're going to get it in there.
I have to not show this because of copyright reasons, just FYI. Yeah, I'll get dinged.
A crisis has begun.
Let's roll it.
Wow. The power to stuff. Listen, he had me plug it in.
Act like you didn't see anything there.
Can I interject something?
Yes, of course.
Someone asked me once, when did you know this whole Nyccelverse craziness thing you're doing worked? And I said, well, I don't know if it's worked, but the moment where I knew it was starting to work was we did a panel probably about 2 months ago, and during a Q&A, somebody said, and by the way, the panel had nothing to do, it was a Star Trek panel, had nothing to do with Nycc whatsoever. And one of the questions was, hey, how come in the trailer there's a shot of Soraya and her eyes are going back and forth? And I'm like, but it's not in the show. And I'm like, wow, people are watching this. I don't know. I forgot. We've been working on this for 6 years. Anyway, thank you.
Something must be working, though, because other companies approach you to start making toys, though.
That's right. So it all started with The Expanse, one of my favorite shows of all time. If anybody here likes science fiction and you have not watched The Expanse, I highly recommend you watch The Expanse. I consider it to be the high bar of science fiction on television. guess above Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. And because we got The Expanse, and because of a random meeting at Playmates, where they casually mentioned they weren't doing Star Trek no more, we were like, well, maybe we should call Paramount. And we got the rights to make Star Trek toys, which I still barely believe is true.
It's pretty awesome though, they said yes, you don't know what
It was
you
very
get.
nice of them to say yes.
Before we move on, who's ready for some exclusive news here? You're gonna be the first to see this.
I'm excited.
It is in the box. How did you notice this mysterious box next to it?
Brian will lie.
Thank you.
I'm just loading.
Oh, okay.
We're building up the anticipation.
Load away.
All right.
And, wait, I gotta wait until it gets started.
Just like I always
No, Mattel's not here.
because for the 90% of my life, I'm sitting where you are, so it's still a little weird sitting up here. Just to tell you, like the way these panels get put together, we have like meeting after meeting, and here's this, here's that. The entire time we were putting this presentation together, I never understood exactly what this was, but I trust my team, and I'm like, day of, I'll see it, and it'll all make sense. I still have no idea why we did this.
It's to set up the big reveal, so it's a slide we can
It's
say.
a hype you are. You guys wanted to see
So it just ruined it. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
not ruining it.
No, not you, me.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was great. Thank you.
I ruined it.
And here we go.
All right, who would like to see something from Biker Mice from Mars that nobody outside of the Nycc company has ever seen before?
Oh,
Got a little rimfire action here. Got a little rimfire action. So anybody who wants to come up afterwards, this is the Paint Master. So for any of you that don't know how toys get made, which I was like you until 3 years ago, mercifully. Basically, you do the render gets done, that goes to the sculptor sculpts it and then paints it. So that's what this is. This is what's called a paint master. And then this is literally what will get sent to China, to the factory. They will make the molds based on this. Back and forth, keeping FedEx in business to make sure that the final toy is as close as humanly possible to this. And once we're there, then we go into production, and then all of you who bought it get it. So that's what it is.
There's more coming as well.
There's a lot more.
There's a lot more coming.
And who knows, real quick, who knows Rimfire's part in the Biker Mice universe? You know who he's related to? I know Tom does. He's Moto's nephew. He's Moto, one of the main three mice. He's his nephew, so you're going to see him a lot in the animated series.
But we have more. We have Throttle as well. And there's minis now.
So we don't have a production sample yet of Throttle, but
Fine.
you are the first people to be made aware that this is coming. So we have this new line that we're doing called Nycc Minis, and the Nycc Minis are basically little versions of the main characters from all our waves. We announced Garloo about 4 or 5 months, actually no, in July. I guess that is about 4 months ago. And then this is the second one in the wave. This is Throttle from the Nycc Mini wave.
And because we get this question all the time on social media, I'm just going to say it out loud for you, Brian. Why is it only $5.99? How is it only $5.99?
It's only $5.99 because that's what it should cost. Because we can make profit at that, and it's 5 points of articulation, not 22 or more. It has like 5 paints, not 19, and we can still make money at that price point. So that's why it costs that much.
Great, but we have even more. We have even more of this.
Yes. So we have from the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. This is the beginnings of Wave 2. So we have, I feel like I'm doing all the talking. Brian, do you?
Dakota Dude. Dakota Dude, one of our main characters, highly requested in Wave 1. So we wanted to make sure he's in Wave 2. You know, a lot of really fantastic accessories, you know, in the same vein of the hot dogs for Biker Mice from Mars. All of our Blue Mesa characters are going to come with sarsaparilla mugs, so I hope you're thirsty. And yeah, that's the first look at Dakota Dude, and he's actually my favorite character in the franchise.
And then we have one more, though. Brian with a Y. Do you want to take that too?
The Colorado Kid.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so this will round out our main three, along with Marshall, who's in Wave 1. Wave 1 also includes Sheriff Terrible, which is my favorite looking toy that I think we've ever produced. It's pretty cool.
You mean Detonator, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, there was some static.
Well, Detonator's your baby, I guess.
All right, that's fair.
Terrible, I guess.
We don't have the same baby. Okay.
But you guys are the first. You guys are the first to see these renders live. So we don't have Paint Masters unfortunately in hand, but you know, check them out. These will be available for pre-order early next year. We'll be putting it out on socials, and you can pre-order Wave 1 right now at thecellstore.com.
And in the way I told everybody, if you like sci-fi and you haven't seen The Expanse, you need to watch The Expanse. If anybody in this room loves puns, Cowboys of Moo Mesa is the show for you, because what the show's about is basically they're all the cows on Earth, and then a cow met, hit the planet, and then made them all anthropomorphs.
Oh,
Because why wouldn't it, right?
Yes, but there's a real reason we're
You
actually
gotta love
here.
the 90s.
I get you. And another reason I love the 90s is because we're actually here to also talk about the toys that made us season 4 and 5. Where's my millennials out there? Can I see my millennials? Yes! I have a feeling you're gonna like these next couple of seasons, because season 4 and 5 is near and dear to a millennial's heart, if I do say so myself. Let's just take a sneak peek at what's going on with 4. Let's see what's going on with season 4, which is. I knew that was gonna get her.
Show of hands, who's excited for the Pokemon episode?
Yep. So we got Pokemon.
Can I interject one
Yes.
thing? And then you know a lot about Pokemon, so I don't. You don't?
I can take it. I can take it.
The Brian with the Y knows a lot about
But
Pokemon.
this is a fun. I wish I had said this earlier. This is one of my favorite fun facts, like in general, not just about toys. So there is a Wikipedia page. And I bring this up every panel, so I'm sure it's moved up in the listing. There is a Wikipedia page that lists the top 100 intellectual properties on our planet. So Pokemon is number 1, and it goes all the way down to number 100, right? So Pokemon, Star Wars, Marvel, whatever. It's a list of 100. On a planet of 8 billion people, as great as Japan is, they have less than 70 million people of that 8 billion. 51 of the names on that Wikipedia page come from that little island of about 68 million people on a planet 24,000 miles wide. Let that sink in and enjoy that Wikipedia page. You're welcome. I apologize to all your friends and family. They won't see if you're an hour at least. Brian, anything you want to say?
I think Pokemon's such an interesting franchise, and I think the perfect one for us to kind of dive into, because it's dominated games, it's dominated cards, it's dominated toys, you know, and sometimes when we're digging into these franchises, really, we're finding maybe they've only dominated toys here, maybe they've only dominated games. These guys are such a juggernaut that there's a lot to pull from. You know, I'll give you a couple cool facts that I found to be interesting. So, who knows the first Pokemon?
Brian, we don't have time for facts.
Oh, no facts? Okay.
Brian with a Y can get a couple of facts.
I didn't even finish the question. You already knew. Yeah, right on. Yeah, right on was the first one.
Boys that made us season 1 celebrity right there. What's up, Louie? Oh my God! Woo! By the way, similar to what I said about Brian Stillman, while we were in pre-production on season 1, Louie did that for us with He-Man. So good to see you, man.
Fun fact. We gotta go.
Oh, we have one more fun fact. So, did you know that the
Yes.
character Snorlax was actually designed after a Game Freak planner? His name's Koji. I think it's Koji. Nishino. I found that to be pretty cool. And if you look at photos of them next to each other, it's absolutely cool. Please do that later.
Oh my gosh. But remember when I said that when I first met Brian Volkweiss, I really wanted Batman, and he said stay tuned? Well, he did this one for me, guys. I would at least like to think that he did this for me.
Rumor has it there's some people up there not Batman. But that said, because Batman is within reason the only superhero I'm crazy about and passionate about, there are going to be a lot of Batman. Don't you worry.
Excellent, because that's one thing you and I get along with, is that we love Batman. I mean, there's Superman and Wonder Woman and Spider-Man. Do you guys like those guys? I mean, we're going to talk about them as well. Yeah, they're fun, right? But Batman's better, right?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
What? Stop it.
He's a detective.
Come on, man. All right, but we're going to keep going because we're not done with season 4. Then we have...
North.
By the way, are y'all seeing where my fun facts normally slot in? See what we did there?
Which means that we're going to be like, ooh, Nerf. We all got hurt by playing.
Who remembers what Nerf stands for? You didn't know you were going to be quizzed. Yeah!
Oh, you had it. Very nice, very nice. But then we're going to keep going because... Yes, this is American Greetings. We've got some Caroline, some strawberry shortcake.
So this is a new kind of episode for us. We're changing our structure slightly. So this episode is as much about American Greetings as it is about the actual products. And we kind of do that anyway. I mean, the Star Wars episode really is a Kenner episode. The Barbie episode is basically a Mattel episode. But American Greetings is for anyone who doesn't know, is a wild story. Basically, it's in a weird way where we kind of copied them a little bit, because they were a company that did one thing that had absolutely nothing to do with toys or products or anything. All they made was cards, birthday cards, wedding cards, whatever. And someone was a big toy person who convinced the boss, hey, we should make toys and we should buy products and we should blah, blah, blah. And they made some of the most iconic toys that have ever existed. And then they just were like, we're good, and then sort of stopped. And I do believe...
Yeah. So here's the thing, that these seasons are still being shot, but we do have a little sneak peek, if you will, of one of these episodes. Do you want to see them? I said, do you want to see them? Yeah. Thank you.
And just to set this up real quick, sorry.
Yep.
So funny, before this I said to Bevan, just keep things moving. And now I'm like, whoa.
I'm trying.
But that said, no, it's my fault. But just real quick, so as Bevan said, we are still making the show, we're in post, and we're still shooting too. But that said, Nick made this. So what you're about to see, Nick is one of our lead editors. Nick cut this, and Nick is, in my opinion, one of the funniest people I have ever met in my entire life. And I asked him, I go, hey man, can you cut something real quick so we can show people what we've been up to? And as usual, Nick Farrell is his full name, by the way, but he is always over-delivered.
Great. Okay, now are we ready? Excellent, let's do this. Okay. And, all right, I'm kidding, next one.
Should really bring these back. Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. I'm Nick Farrell, one of the editors on The Toys That Made Us, but you already knew that. Anyway, welcome to the cutting room. This is where all the magic happens. And if you don't believe that, check this out. Hello, Comic-Con! Hello, Comic-Con! What'll they think of next?
A four-legged robot marching through a field with an automatic rifle mounted on its back. Then comes around the corner. If you're on the other side, you're done.
Anyway, I assure you that at least some editing happens in this room, and lately we've been sifting through a whole bunch of footage getting ready to make the next season of The Toys That Made Us. And while everyone on our team has their favorite toy product, properties, be it Ghostbusters, Polly Pockets, superheroes, fast food toys, Pokemon, Nerf, or Hot Wheels, I myself have always been partial to American greetings. Well, specifically those circular sickos known as mad balls.
Rose for one, rose for all. We play with a mad ball. We play with a mad ball. We play with a mad ball. Mad ball.
Freaky fun for everyone. Sold separately from Toys.
Mad ball.
And it was while researching our American Greetings episode that we came across a fascinating artifact that reveals a hidden chapter of Mad Ball's history that most of you probably don't even know about. This is the part where you're all supposed to go, ooh. Go ahead. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, our research team uncovered this extremely rare Toy dealer catalog that sales reps handed out to retail buyers at the 1987 New York Toy Fair. And at first, this all looks like pretty standard fare. There's that iconic Series 1 lineup with fatties like Slobulus, Oculus Orbis, and Screaming Mimi. Then there's the Series 2 creeps, the big giant super Mad Balls, and of course the Head Poppers, which were comprised of existing Mad Balls from both Series 1 and 2, rejiggered into action figure form with spring-loaded heads that launched off their bodies. Ew. But this is where the catalog jumps the guardrail straight into Crazy Town. There was a second assortment of Head Poppers intended for release that never saw the light of day. And while Snakebait and Splitting Headache were existing Series 2 Mad Balls, there were all new and original characters like Socket Sucker, Double Dread, Fright Bite, and Knucklehead. And it doesn't stop there. Also prototyped was the massive Mad Balls Madmobile, which was twice the size of the already existing roller cycle and slated to come packaged with yet another all-new character, Clang Fang. Like, what? So what happened? Why were these items never put into production and released? Well, that's something we're working on getting to the bottom of right now. And when we find out, you'll find out. That is, when the next season of The Toys That Made Us drops. And until then, we'll see you on the tour, ayo!
You have been designated for termination. Locally report biomass. We'll see you on the
It never gets old.
Well, that's a fun one, right?
I assure you it's a lot funnier when it's in sync.
when it's
AV Club. Yeah, come on, man. Come on,
Oh
man.
no, I can assure you it plays normal. There's something wrong with the connection.
All right. Well, but that was still for just season 4. We have up here seasons 4 and 5, which means there's some more. Thank you. I just love this front row. They've just got me. They're just cued in to what I want from them right here. So, do we want to see what else is coming up? Yeah, let's do it. So,
Oh my God.
I told you this was for millennials right now. This is really exciting.
Oh.
Any other Brian, we want to talk quickly about fast food?
This, it's funny, when the show was originally greenlit for season 1, this was an episode I always wanted to do, but it just seemed very different than everything else we were doing, so I was like, we'll do it later. And there were actually 2 episodes I really wanted to do. This was one of them. The other one, when you hear that we're doing it, God willing, one day, that'll tell you the end is near for the Toys That Made Us. And that is definitely an episode you should direct. I'll tell you why in a minute, because that could come out weird. But it would be an episode called The Toys That Should Have Not Been Made. And the reason why I point to my friend Brian is because the lead toy in that episode will be LJN's Dune line, who Brian has multiple PhDs in.
Front row is the start, right?
But here's another fun fact. Who here knows what the very first, what we call Happy Meal, but I don't literally mean Happy Meal, but who the first toy, not you, Tom, I don't even know if it should be you. I've never seen you in these before, too. Go ahead. What?
Burger Chef Funyun.
No. Holy shit, no. Who knows? Okay. don't know about you either.
Okay.
I don't know about you either. You back there.
Cracker Jack?
Nope.
Star Trek.
Yes. Star Trek the Motion Picture was the first what we now call Happy Meal ever. And by the way, when Brian, you knew that?
Can I debate it?
You can.
The Star Trek meal, right? Nobody
Right.
used the Happy Meal
Okay.
logo. Before the Star Trek meal comes out, there are regional Happy Meals that exist in McDonald's, and then pre-McDonald's, Burger Chef comes out with the Fun Meal, which is the Happy Meal concept before McDonald's.
What wasn't in the fun meal?
What was the toy? So there were a series of them. It started in 1973 with the.
I think I'm in trouble. As soon as he brought up a year, I'm like, oh shit. All right, keep going, keep going. Wait, you got materials?
You're gonna have to edit this.
Woo! This is entirely unscripted. Well, I just want to say for the record, people, I really do in my heart think I'm right, but I am not fucking with this guy. I'm going to concede defeat. Can I keep this?
Yes, that's right.
Apparently I should read this. The cultural impact of fast food. I think I've seen this in The Office.
Great.
Yeah. All
Well,
right.
there you go.
Anyway,
Exactly.
all right. Moving on.
Listen, Bustin' makes us feel good, and season 5.
Number 1 most requested episode is Ghostbusters. I don't care if you're the biggest ghost head ever, however crazy you think any of this is, we have, and I always thought it was one of the craziest stories, toy-wise, that I knew of. It is so much crazier. When you see what we have found and who we've been able to interview, this is truly one of the most bizarre stories in the history of the toy business. So I'll leave it at that.
Great, and we're going to keep on going because we could say some more fun facts about this, but we also have to get to the other toys, which are also for those millennial kids. Hot Wheels.
So
Who had a Hot Wheel?
before anybody asks, yes, we will also be talking about micro machines. Yes, ma'am.
What about the
We're gonna
Star-
start the Q&A early, all because of you.
I'm sorry,
Go
I'm
ahead.
excited. But there's Star Trek micro machines.
There sure are.
There's a
You
Venn
don't have me
diagram.
aware of that.
Yeah.
He should be, if not, he's in trouble.
The guy who named his company Nacelle. Very aware of that. I truthfully, honestly, and I feel like this is gonna break both of our hearts. I don't think we'll be touching on those. We're gonna stay with the things what's it called? They got wheels. Cars. We're gonna stick with cars. We did touch upon that in the Toys That Made Us Star Trek episode, at least with an image.
Brian with a Y, you wanted to say something before we
I
go
just
on.
wanted to say, who knows how many Hot Wheels are being sold worldwide every second? 16 and a half. The half is very important, apparently. 16 and a half. Every second worldwide. They're making over 1 billion little tiny wheels every single year. So Hot Wheels continues to be a
I
juggernaut.
think the half is a motorcycle.
Might be.
Oh, great. That makes all the sense in the world, but we're going to keep it moving.
Tip your weight, Steph.
Because we have a sneak peek for our last one, and I would like our honorary Brian all the way at the end to talk a little bit about what's going to be sneaking peeking.
Wait, shouldn't Maud be the...
That's what, she's the honorary.
Oh,
That's
Listen,
the
my
joke.
bad. My bad. The one joke I didn't write.
So the last one will be Polly Pocket, which I'm a huge Polly head. I made my own Polly shirt for just this town. So started in '89. Dad invented it for his daughter. Beautiful story of an independent adventure. So that's really what we wanted to get in this episode. And it talks about the entire life of the toy. It's about a 35-year brand at this point. So, you know, it's not just the beginning. It's not just Fashion Polly, as you may know her. So it's pretty cool. Check it out.
Excellent. So guys, we have another video that I really hope is in sync. But we're going to have to wave bye to it.
Good luck.
Oh, yeah. I had to, guys. It was right there. I had to. I did it. Oh! Guys, all right, are we ready?
Yes.
I just want to make sure you guys are alive. Are we ready?
This is Polly Pocket.
Oh,
Polly really discovered a whole new way to play in a small frame by providing not just the doll, but an entire world to play in.
Right, and Polly Pocket changed the world,
It's a big market for small dolls.
making billions for toy companies
Over $1.5 billion.
Then you get a little more.
and unleashing the limitless imagination of millions of children around the world.
It's not very often that you have a brand that comes in and lasts 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 and lasts
Come on, last one.
and lasts.
It's also worth noting that pockets come in pairs, and so do the creators of this pocket-sized powerhouse. It's a pair of Chris's, and between them, they have an unlikely resume.
And I designed something for you. We were asked to go on to become incontinence specialists. We don't want to be diaper specialists. What are we doing playing with diapers?
What are they doing playing with them? Well, in any case, the Pocket had humble beginnings.
Dad was always playing around making toys for me to play with.
Kate took it. She started inviting her friends over to play with her.
The original Polly doll was a little wooden peg.
So the original was made from a powder compact. You can see how thin that is. When you open it, you've got all that stuff in there, and it gives you an illusion of having a lot more in there than you thought possible.
But Polly Pocket wasn't an instant global hit. She first emerged in 1989 under the British brand Bluebird.
It sold out within days, and they couldn't sell fast enough.
Playing with Polly Pocket was far more technical than just jiggling around a peg.
The term that we use, which is very technical, is doinky doink.
That's right.
Doinky doink. Doinky doink. We call it doinky doink. You take your little toy and you dance around the playset with it.
So you take your doll and you doink, doink, doink here, doink, doink there.
But make no mistake, doinky doinking gave kids real power.
Projection play where
A generation of children of God complex
doinky doink.
wasn't enough.
How do we grow fast enough to keep up with the demand?
To do that, only Mattel had the power.
Our chairman, John Ammerman, wanted to bring it to the United States.
The power of big advertising campaigns.
We used it for like 5 or 6 years because it worked really well. It also had a hipness to it. You really wanted to sing along.
Really wanted to sing along might be a stretch.
it was stuck in your head for days.
Yeah, sorry everyone. But Mattel not only had the power, they also had Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie was doing well.
Barbie rules the roost.
And no one wants to mess with Barbie.
That's right. The Barbie people look down their noses at us.
And Polly Pocket became a battleground between the Mattel bigwigs
There was some butting of heads and how much do we change?
and these little British boys.
You completely lose the identity of the whole brand.
But after all the finger pointing,
Felt like they were an obstacle to our successful relaunch.
you could really only point to one thing.
I think it's wonderful that Polly is still around to make kids happy.
It's incredibly gratifying to have been part of such an iconic brand. It makes us feel that it was worth all the effort. It's something you could be immensely proud of.
Even if Polly Pocket didn't find a place in your pocket, after this story of toys and toy makers, Polly Pocket will certainly find a place in your heart.
What Polly Pocket did was just unbelievable.
This is Polly Pocket, and these are the toys we donked with. The toys that made us. The toys that made us a steal.
I have a quick fact about this one because I shot and directed most of that episode, and to let you understand, you all look at
He's
us.
being polite. He directed all of it.
Okay.
Wow.
To let you guys, you all look at us and think, what a cool job. They get to go out there and investigate all these toys, and that must be awesome. And it is, until you take it home with you. And you sing the Polly Pocket song so much that your wife says you have to leave the house for a while and circle the block until you get it out of your system. Which is literally what happened to me. Mary kicked me out. So it sticks with you. not all fun and games.
Maud, can you talk a little bit about how this all came to be? I remember being in a parking lot when you called me.
Oh, really? So it kind of all came to be COVID. We were all home. I'm a journalist, and Polly Pocket was my favorite toy. And I was really curious, because of the Barbie episode, I wanted to know, what was her story? Where did she come from? Wikipedia page had barely anything, but it did say Chris Wiggs invented it for his daughter, Kate. And so my dad made me toys as a child, thought that was beautiful, thought it was really interesting. He was an independent inventor. Mattel didn't own Polly Pocket, the rights, until 2007, because Origin, Chris Wiggs' company, maintained those. So I just thought it was such a beautiful story. He was an independent inventor, and nobody had touched it yet. It hadn't been brought up, and I thought it would be beautiful to tell the story, and I was fortunate enough to do that with, obviously, Brian's help. Brian.
I did it with Maud's help.
Well, I also had the pleasure of working on the episode of Toys That Made Us. And it's beautiful because Chris did pass away last summer. And he was finally ready to talk about it. I guess, I don't know if he knew it was toward the end of his life, but he was ready to share that legacy, and I think he'd just be so happy to see that you all are so excited about it, and you'll get to learn about just way too much. Not enough, probably, in my point of view, but you'll get to learn a lot about her.
And Maud, I believe you also have a big reveal today that the front row saw because they were early. But not everyone else did. Do you want to tease what I'm about to hold up?
Sure. So how this all started actually was I decided about Polly was a powerful ally, and he helped me pursue this dream, and so I had this book idea that actually got the episode of The Toys That Made Us. And so it's called, we kind of branded them together, so it's The Toys That Made Us Polly Pocket, the unauthorized, unofficial story of
Unauthorized.
Yeah. And it's out November 4th, and this is the first time I'm seeing the book in person, so I'm very happy.
Woo!
Thank you very much. But another beautiful thing about the book, besides all these stories that will be, just in the TV episode, but they'll also be part of the book, there's also original illustrations by my friend Amy. So she was able to take, the theme of each chapter and give you kind of a little snippet, because the work of Polly Pocket is just like so amazing, the engineering, and needed to be included. Some didn't want to deal with getting photo rights. So yeah, November 4th, everything you ever wanted to know about Polly, and probably more. Yeah, sorry, it's a little emotional.
Get it, girl, man.
You can pre-order the book now too. So you can pre-order Amazon, really anywhere you buy books.
I'll put the pre-order.
I'm so excited to see your book. Like, I can't even tell you, because I got to see notes and stuff that Maud had. She basically guided me through making this episode. Maud is the
I was his plastic galaxy for the Star Wars. Yeah, right? Yeah.
You're my tiny little pocket-sized this is awesome. I'm way more excited. I'm almost as excited as Maud is.
Well, yeah, because this all started about 4 years ago, so it's been a fair amount of time. As Brian said, it takes forever. Yeah.
The pockets are strong.
Sorry.
Woo! Thank you guys for being here. We'll catch you on the next one.